Productions and is responsible for its content.
It's time for the Nicole Barrett Show, a fresh, bold, and entertaining perspective on hot topics, politics, and health issues. Let's put our hands together for the one and only Nicole Barrett.
And that's me. Happy Sunday night. We are live from Victory Park. I don't know about you, but I pretty much got rained on earlier. The rain just came down like a flood. David, did you get caught in the rain?
I got caught in it, and I drove straight out of it within a couple of minutes.
That's
my
one thing.
daughter's brolly, and here I am.
Okay, well, that's one thing about this area of town. The rain will only last a few minutes, so we're good. Okay, well, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday night again. David Cook, my guest co-host, is in the studio tonight. How are you, David?
I'm doing great. Hi, Nicole. Hi, everyone.
And Will, this is your last night with us. I know you're probably going through this all day. Has everyone been you probably had 8 farewells already. But hey, we can't say thank you enough to someone who has just been amazing to us. So Will, we're going to make this the best show ever because tonight, calling in will be Kinky Friedman. That's right, the political activist, satirist, writer, singer, humorist, animal activist, you name it. He carries so many hats, especially that big black one he's known for wearing everywhere he goes. Well, Kinky Friedman is going to call in, and he is going to answer my questions on politics, on some of the social issues that have been going on. Of course, he's going to tell us about his new CD, The Loneliest Man I Ever Met, which is getting rave reviews and doing extremely well. And it even launched him a European tour. So he just got back. So he's going to tell us all about how things were over yonder. Okay, so if you have any questions for Kinky, feel free to call us, 1-888-787-5543. That's 1-888-787-5543. Kinky Friedman will be on in the after the first break. But right now, we're going to talk about some hot topics, and I know I didn't warn you that we were doing that, Will. It's okay, but yes, hot topics first. Okay, and David, I didn't even tell you what the hot topic was tonight, but it should be obvious. What the heck is going on in San Diego, California? The protesting, they have no chill, Will. They have no chill in San Diego. The way they were protesting Trump's rallies. I mean, these guys are going crazy out there. They're trying to block the motorcade. They've got to have the National Guard out there.
We've seen it all, but I don't know whether somebody's stirring that up out there. That's politically motivated.
I'm ready for it all to be over. I'm just saying.
Of course, November can't come fast enough. That is true. But man, we have to at least, enjoy this in the meantime. And be captivated. I don't mean to say enjoy, but we're captivated by it in the meantime.
What about the Sanders debate with Trump?
Oh, you mean Chicken Trump? Hashtag Chicken Trump?
Yeah,
Have you seen that hashtag? That hashtag
I haven't
is
seen
boss.
the hashtag, but I know about it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But he's in the clear. I mean, what has he got to gain by debating Sanders? If Sanders gets the nomination for the Democratic Party, yeah, I could see the sense in that. But he's ahead. Sanders he's still got to make it happen.
Okay, but the problem with that is he shouldn't have said it. He shouldn't have said it. If he wasn't going to do it, if he's not going to follow through, he shouldn't have said it. And that's the first sign of being presidential, keeping your word and saying, okay, I'm committed to do this, at least give it a shot. At least, if it were for fun.
TV, and it's just
And that's what Donald is good at. He should go back to his roots and give us what we really want from him.
Good luck on that.
I wouldn't have a problem with it. Oh, I have to give one more shout out. Trey came back because he can't get enough.
I can't get enough of you.
There you go. So Trey came back because actually his father happens to be friends with Kinky Friedman. And Trey, you're going to have to ask some questions though, because I'm sure you have your dad may have told you some stories. And
yeah, my dad lives in Bandera, which is real close to Kerrville.
Yes.
Actually, he's on the Kerrville side of Bandera. He lives about 20 minutes from there, and they're kind of social friends. I don't know that if Kinky would remember Dad, but Dad definitely remembers Kinky, and they have each other's phone number. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, he's in then.
Yep.
Okay, he's in.
And then I've been a big fan of his for years. I know pretty much every song he's ever written.
All right. Well, we're going to play we're going to play some excerpts, the parts that we can play. You got that 8-second delay on, right?
Oh, I got 30 seconds ready.
Okay, do you know what the 8-second delay is,
Nope.
David? That's
Fill me
in case someone, accidentally slips up or there's some profanity
Oh,
or
yeah,
something
okay,
like that,
yeah,
it kind of
yeah.
it won't go out.
I got my
Dou-
finger on the
double
button
edit.
already.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're being totally responsible, okay, this on the Nicole Barrett Show. So, but anyway, yes, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to ask Kinky's his opinion on what's going on with the election. So this should be very interesting. I can tell you right now, I already know who he's endorsing, and I think a lot of people may be very surprised. Or I know who he's in favor of voting for. I don't know if he's officially endorsing anyone, so I don't want to put words in his mouth. But this will be very interesting to see what the Kinkster, as he's known as, has to say about the current state of election. So I think we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. And when we come back, there I will be with Kinky Friedman. Hey, man, hold on to your hat. It's the Nicole Barrett Show. We'll be right back.
The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are the first two novels in the Legacy series by David Francis Cook. Set in modern-day England, the first book, The Rise to Power, follows James Bannerman, who becomes the 10th Earl of Pembroke. His life is forever changed by the discovery of a special throne with ties to prehistoric Atlantis. The Rise to Power tackles the age-old question of, why are we here? And the second book answers the very purpose of our being here on Earth and how we should reach the goals we all desire. The author weaves a great family tapestry of love affairs, temptation, and greed through this underlying journey of higher vision and spiritual evolvement. These two books hold the key and the gateway for the last and third book in this riveting trilogy for the very survival of who and what we are. The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are fascinating tales of love affairs, temptation, and greed on what becomes a spiritual journey. Buy your copy today at davidfcook.com. davidfcook.com. Again, davidfcook.com.
Live Your True Life Perspectives with Ashley Burgess, a syndicated talk show and podcast that offers real answers to life's most important questions. From marriage to relationships to common sense authentic living. Hashtag LYTL Perspectives offers topics that are actually relevant to you and full of entertaining and humorous stories. Join me every Sunday night at 8 p.m. on 570 KLIF, hashtag LYTL Perspectives, because I'm creating those awesome driveway moments that'll keep you in your car listening to the show for the life-changing stories, the authentic and real advice, and those impactful reality checks that I offer my listeners on a weekly basis. Check it out. Live Your True Life Perspectives, Sunday nights, 8 p.m., right here on 570 KLIF.
Most people never take the time to sit down with a professional to discuss estate planning and drawing up a will or trust. Don't be most people. Contact attorney James C. Harvey. James C. Harvey is a proud graduate of SMU Law School and has over 40 years of legal experience. Attorney James C. Harvey works quickly and effectively. Call James C. Harvey, attorney, at 214-213-0811. That's 214-213-0811. And put your mind at ease.
Life changes. Maybe you're getting married and need a new place, or maybe the kids are grown and you're ready to downsize. No matter what your real estate needs are, call Linda Barrett Neal, Realtor. A Dallas native, Linda specializes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and surrounding suburbs. So no matter where you want to live, she'll work to get you there. From first-time home buyers to baby boomers, buy, sell, or lease. Whatever your real estate needs are, Linda is there to make them possible. Call Linda Barrett Neal, 214-527-7144. 214-527-7144.
Hello, this is Kinky Friedman, and you're listening to Nicole Barrett.
Let's get back to a truly Texas girl whose boots were made for talking. It's time for round 2 of the Nicole Barrett Show.
Raise your glasses, one and all. Drink a toast to the great Tom Paul. Last night he had 'em in his hands and kept 'em laughing till they left him there with nothing but the bottle and the bill.
That is from the title track, The Loneliest Man I Ever Met, the new CD by Kinky Friedman, and I think it's one of the most beautiful songs written. Hello, Kinky, how are you?
Hello, Nicole. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Don't do that put on voice.
I can't do it very well.
How are things down there? I know you're at Cousin Nancy's because the weather's been bad. Tell Cousin Nancy thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I will.
How are you down there?
The power's just out completely and has been for about 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
So it's no phones, no nothing. No phone, no pool, no pets.
Oh, well, that had
Ain't
to...
got no cigarettes.
Right.
No cigars.
Well, yeah, you got cigars. That's all you need. So you're fresh back from your European tour. You got a great new CD out. So I want to start with, first of all, I've listened to the CD several times for over and over, and I've picked out my favorite songs. Tell me what inspired you to make this. This is your first CD in 40 years, your first studio album in 40 years. What inspired you to do it now?
Well, really, I think it's closer to 32. But
okay, give or take.
Yeah, give or take. We got these guys from New Jersey came down, and they were very interested in doing this. And they're young guys. And so we did it here on the ranch. And it sounded so good that, it sounded better than studio albums that I've made. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we ran with it, and there's just some very interesting songs on there. We also did it very sparsely, kind of using Redheaded Stranger as a template. In other words, it's not overproduced. It's probably a little underproduced. So you can kind of think about it as you listen to it.
Right. Now, which songs on the CD did you write?
The one you played a little bit of, Loneliest Man, Wild Man from Borneo, and Lady Yesterday. Everything else is an interpretive cover.
Right,
but some of them really worked out well, like the last song on the record, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. I mean, who knew I was a crooner,
And you also do a pretty nice, Willie Nelson makes an appearance in Bloody Mary Morning in your rendition of that. And that had got also rave reviews. Did you enjoy working with Willie?
Oh, it's always fun working with Willie.
Absolutely.
And, you don't waste a lot of time. It's good. And I think we're going to be working together soon on a new record of all original stuff. And one of them is Jesus in Pajamas, the song that I wrote when I was driving with you from Dallas to Fort Worth.
Can I tell that story?
Well, it's not much of a story.
It is a great story. Kiki, it's a great story. I got to tell this story. We had been having breakfast in a restaurant, at a diner, and this man came up. He may have been a homeless man, and we didn't get a chance to spend much time with him. And Kinky said, that could have been Jesus. And he got in the car, and we were probably an hour. It was an hour drive. And he took out his pad and started writing this song in the car. And the first time I heard it, I was like, man, that is a great song. And he named it Jesus in Pajamas because the guy had on pajamas. So I just want you to know I do expect my 10% cut from the song.
Well, I tell you what, I think it's going to be a hit song, and I think there's a real shot when I pass it under Willie's nose that he will want to do it.
Absolutely.
It's his kind of song, and it just nailed audiences in Europe. I mean, we did 24 cities in Europe, and the song really went over well, along with the other new stuff. Me and My Guitar, A Dog Named Freedom, and Zoe. Those four are new. But there will be 10 new songs on the new record because I've started writing. My shrink told me to start writing and keep writing.
Kiki, who is your shrink?
Willie Nelson.
That's what I thought.
See, I was watching Matlock. Matlock every night, reruns. And Willie told me that's very, very bad. Bad energy. Don't do it anymore. Stop right now. Whatever you do, start writing. Keep writing.
There you go. Now, that's good advice. That is good advice.
Now, and he also told me if you fail at something long enough, you become a legend.
And there you have it. You are truly that.
I'm certainly failed at a number of things in politics. There's no question about that.
Well, a lot of people would disagree with that, Kinky, because you can't walk down the street without someone saying, Kinky, when are you going to run for office? Your social media is blowing up with people constantly asking, will you run for president? Throw your name in just for fun. In fact, someone very smart suggested you should run for mayor of Kerrville. That was a very good idea.
But those are hard jobs. Mayor and president. Governor is the easy one.
Why is that, Kinky? Explain that to me.
Well, it's just the way it is. The president could be an easy job because a lot of it's perception. So so if you got a guy like Trump who comes from a background of a reality TV and all that, that might be just the guy you want in a crazy world that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he might be just perfect. To have a guy in there that's really experienced and all that might not be the right answer. And we haven't got it right very much of the time.
Right.
We really haven't. And I talked to a lot of Europeans who were very scared of Trump and all that, but their track record's worse than ours. I mean, they never knew who to be afraid of. I mean, they thought Hitler was kind of a joke, or else, like Neville Chamberlain thought that he would come around, and he would start seeing things their way. Now, and what the hell?
Kinky, it interests me. Your genre of music. Where do you feel traction in many places that you go, or do you have a specific place that you really feel a connection with in Europe?
No, I just we played about 7 different countries.
Yeah,
and some of them, after I've done about 8 or 10 shows in Germany. As a Jew, I mean, you begin to get kind of irritated. You start to say,
well, you didn't tell them you were Jewish, did you? You didn't tell them, did you?
You don't have to tell them anything. This was the new David Hasselhoff tour. I mean, this is the thinking man's David Hasselhoff. The audiences were packed all through Germany, and they're mostly young people. And they knew all this stuff, Nicole. I mean, they know the books. They've read them in German. Mm-hmm. Many have read them in English, and they know all the songs. So the only thing they didn't know was the new stuff. And boy, that just, I mean, and the other thing about the German audiences I liked is when you do something like the Ballad of Ira Hayes about the Native American who raised the flag after the Battle of Iwo Jima, you can see people weeping in the audience. I mean, they're very, very emotional, and they're a great audience. And I figured that out about halfway through. I don't need to give them any morality lectures. They weren't even around, when all this stuff was going down. Yeah. And if they had to, if you went to Ancestry.com, you might find, that your grandfather was a defender of the Alamo or something like that. Mm-hmm. But they already know what they would find. They know they would find that their grandfather shot 250 little gypsy children in a ditch one Sunday afternoon. I mean, that's what they know that. Mm-hmm. So they look west, and they really love America, and they love it for its troublemakers. I mean, they love people like Hunter Thompson, or people like Graham Parsons, or Shel Silverstein, or Iggy Pop, or Tom Waits, that kind of, or the Kingster. They like the troublemakers. Mm-hmm. Robert Mitchum is big there, the actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mean, they don't they're not into Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, they have some degree of taste. Okay.
But there's a fascination with Europe, with the West, because it has a unique spirit about it of freedom and slight lawlessness that's not European. And I mean, in England is huge, and I'm sure wherever you went in the other cultures, it's a unique culture, this Western culture that's down here.
Well, you're right, and I feel that they get me, whereas I never have felt that Americans quite got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they didn't quite understand. And they understand a lot of things. Americans understand.
I mean, we were watching.
We understand a few things.
I never dreamed I'd end up in Texas. I was watching westerns when I was 7-8 years old, and you're just fascinated with the freedom and just so different way of life.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and something else is Europe is quite amazing. I mean, stayed in a little Austrian town. We took a train ride across Austria to the next show, and we passed Mozart's birthplace, Hitler's birthplace, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's birthplace, all in about 30 minutes' time.
Wow.
What I like to call the evolution of man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you, your fan base, I know you don't check your social media, but your Facebook and your Twitter, your fans were tweeting and sending photos that they took with you over there, and several articles that were written about you. So there was definitely quite a bit of excitement having you over there. Now, one thing that popped into my mind, and someone even asked on Twitter, someone asked if you were surprised in London when they started singing along with your songs. Did that, kind of surprise you at all, that they did know your songs so well they were singing along with you?
No, they did that in a number of places, and some of the songs started to sound like German drinking songs.
I know. Do they sing it in English? It's so weird. Do they understand the words?
It in English, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, they learn it all from childhood.
But I'm not kidding you. Germany is one of the few places. Of course, there were some weird things. A guy comes up to me after a show in Bremen, Germany, and he whispers in my ear, "Germany loves you, Kinky." And it's very sweet, I guess, But so Germany loves me,
Yeah, don't
fine.
get too
But,
sweet.
No, I won't. And Norway was wonderful. Sweden, I'd never been to Helsinki, Finland before. That was a brilliant crowd. And they were great. So, they really were easy audiences. Yeah, they do want to sing along mostly with something like "Get Your Biscuits in the Oven and Your Buns in the Bed." They all sing along with "They Ain't Making Jews Like Jesus Anymore."
Yeah.
And they sing along with "Proud to Be an A-Hole" from El Paso.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Kinky, for remembering we're on radio. Yes, very good. Very good. Well, there was one song that a fan took a video of. Am I getting ready to go to break? Okay, well, let me set this up. There's a video that a fan took of you singing "A Dog Named Freedom," and it's really, really good. We're going to play a little bit of that when we come back, and we're going to talk about your patriotism and what you think about the status of the election. We'll call it Kinky State of the Union, okay? It's the Nicole Barrett Show, Kinky Friedman, when we come back.
Do you have a child gifted in fine arts and looking for an alternative to public school? The DFW Performing Arts Conservatory is your solution. At DFW PAC, students grade 3rd through 12th receive a nationally accredited academic education and trained in acting, dance, vocal, and instrumental music during a regular school day. DFW PAC is just like fame. Visit DFWPAC.com. That's DFWPAC.com. Auditions are ongoing. Join the PAC. DFWPAC.com.
Prairie View A&M University is a legacy that was founded in 1876. This legend is living up to its place in the Texas Constitution by delivering nurses, engineers, teachers, and health and business professionals who are prepared to lead. The Prairie View A&M Foundation is raising money to build future excellence in endowed scholarships, teaching, and research. Come on, Texas, help PV grow greatness through giving. Go online and give at helppvbuild.org.
The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are the first two novels in the Legacy series by David Francis Cook. Set in modern-day England, the first book, The Rise to Power, follows James Bannerman, who becomes the 10th Earl of Pembroke. His life is forever changed by the discovery of a special throne with ties to prehistoric Atlantis. The Rise to Power tackles the age-old question of, why are we here? And the second book answers the very purpose of our being here on Earth and how we should reach the goals we all desire. The author weaves a great family tapestry of love affairs, temptation, and greed through this underlying journey of higher vision and spiritual evolvement. These two books hold the key and the gateway for the last and third book in this riveting trilogy for the very survival of who and what we are. The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are fascinating tales of love affairs, temptation, and greed on what becomes a spiritual journey. Buy your copy today at davidfcook.com. davidfcook.com. Again, davidfcook.com.
Live Your True Life Perspectives with Ashley Burgess, a syndicated talk show and podcast that offers real answers to life's most important questions. From marriage to relationships, to common sense, authentic living. Hashtag LYTL Perspectives offers topics that are actually relevant to you and full of entertaining and humorous stories. Join me every Sunday night at 8 p.m. on 570 KLIF, hashtag LYTL Perspectives, because I'm creating those awesome driveway moments that'll keep you in your car listening to the show for the life-changing stories, the authentic and real advice, and those impactful reality checks that I offer my listeners on a weekly basis. Check it out. Live Your True Life Perspectives, Sunday nights, 8 p.m., right here on 570 KLIF.
This is Ruth Buzzy, and you're listening to Nicole Barrett. Or you better be.
Let's get back to the Nicole Barrett Show. It's time for round 3. She's both an actress and pageant winner. Your host, Nicole Barrett.
One of the most beautiful songs on the CD, and it's currently being used, not Kinky's version, but there's another version. It's currently being used in some Chevrolet truck commercial. I don't know if you all have seen it, but it's definitely a song that should be, I guess, resurrected, okay, as a great country song. So we are back with Kinky Friedman on the Nicole Barrett Show. And Kinky, there's someone in the studio here. He's on a radio show right before mine, and I told him that you were going to be on tonight. And he said, oh, Kinky's friends with my dad. So I wanted him to come on and say hi to you. So Trey, take it away. Remind Kinky who you are.
Hi, Kinky. I've been a huge fan of yours for years. I know every song you've ever written. Big fan of... we refuse the right to refuse services unto you. But my dad was the director of the Bandera National Day of the American Cowboy when you came and spoke. His name's Harry Harris, and he loves you and thinks the world of you. Do you remember you came? It's been a few years.
Yes.
2012 or so.
I remember a few things, yeah, but not much.
But we just enjoyed having you on, and I saw you speak there, and been a big fan of your music for years, and a big fan of your politics, and voted for you, and just think you're awesome.
Thank you. Thanks very much, man. That's nice to hear. I still, I feel the campaign in 2006, where we got 13% of the best of Texas, almost 700,000 people.
And that's huge. That's certainly nothing to sneeze at now.
Well, it's just, an independent cannot win. Ray Price, before he died, a great country singer, told me, he said, if Jesus had run as an independent, Rick Perry would have beat him.
That's true.
And I said
that's true.
The whole damn state, everybody's a libertarian, everybody's an independent, but when it really comes down to it, it's very, very hard to win one of these big states because the Crips and the Bloods have all the money and all the power and all the media, and everybody goes back to their home base.
By Crips and Bloods, I think he means Democrats and Republicans. But go ahead, Trey. You have a question.
But the thing an independent candidate could do is he can change the dialogue. He or she can change the dialogue. He or she can drive, to an issue or point out the fallacies and the tragedies in our system, and can truly change the political landscape. And I think you did. I think you did when you ran in 2006.
Well, I think it was certainly fun and innovating, and a whole lot of people got involved that had never been in politics, and they were smart people and young people for the most part, and some very old people too. But yeah, it was. I would do it again. It was a great experience, and the truth is that it's hard to find an inspiring candidate today in anywhere you look, whether it's Africa or Europe or America. I mean, I guess Bernie and Trump probably stir up as much enthusiasm as anybody, but beyond that, of almost all the other candidates, they just not very inspirational types. So it'd be nice if we had a Nelson Mandela running. That would be really nice, but we don't.
Well, you have no charismatics at all.
What you did in 2006 and stirred up the people and awakened people and created almost a revolution of type is the exact same thing that a man named Bernard Sanders is doing right now. Don't you see similarities?
Yeah, I see. I do see that Bernie is inspiring his crowd. No question about that. He just,
What do you think of Trump debating him?
They're not going to do it, I don't think.
I don't think Trump's got anything to win, do you?
No, I don't think he does. And what I really think about Trump that's interesting is if you start talking about him to Democrats, they will, they'll just scorn you. They will laugh, and the truth is, who are we to say where greatness comes from? If you had watched Obama as a candidate, you would say this guy's terrific. This guy's going to be full of courage, and he's going to grab everything he can do, and he's going to inspire everybody and bring us all together. He really stopped as soon as he stopped being a candidate. He kind of lost it. In fact, he did completely lose it to the point where, you find very few young people, very few blacks who are inspired by him. But there are some, of course. But basically, I don't think he wants to be president anymore. And I don't think he knows how. And president is it's a tough one, and it doesn't involve pushing legislation through and all that crap. The big thing is how you are perceived, and if you're perceived as a Forrest Gump type, then that's the way the bad guys are going to look at you, and that's what's happened.
Okay.
So that has really, but I'm not to pick on him. He'll be out of office soon, and then what are we going to be left with?
See, I think
President Clinton.
I don't think so. I really don't. I've got
a possibility.
I got $200 riding against Hillary winning this.
We already got a bet going, and I'm going to win, sir. And Hillary will be inaugurated in January of 2017 because Trump's not going to have the numbers. Trump has to steal California, and he has to take New York. And if he thinks he's going to get those two, hey.
But I think Hillary needs to team up with Bernie if she's even got a chance.
Bernie is, I'm a proud Red Sea pedestrian, and Bernie is very anti-Israel. You can see that already.
Really?
So if you're a Christian or a Jew that cares about that, factor it in. He's a Jew. He's a Jew himself. He's one of these self-hating guys.
Oh.
Yeah. He's Jewish.
He's Jewish, but I didn't know he was perceived as that.
He's and he also, I'm afraid he's a mad scientist. I'm more worried about him than I am about Trump. But I do think that he and Trump are not corruptible, and I like that.
So, okay, people want
to
know on social media, are you endorsing a candidate, and if so, who?
Hell no. No, not at this point.
Okay. All right. Very good. That is fair enough. Okay. And someone else wanted to know if you ever hung out with Trump.
I never did, but I talked to friends of mine like Don Imus, who has seen a lot of Trump, and Don really likes him. He says that all this braggadocio stuff is just shtick. It's just a bit with Trump. That he's really a decent guy, he thinks. Well, that's what Don thinks.
Well, that's what Don Imus thinks. So we're going to take that for what that means. I like Don. I like Don. So Don, don't get mad. Okay, we have to take another quick break, and we have a weather alert, I think. And Kinky, we're going to be right back to wrap things up with you, so you can give Cousin Nancy back her phone. It's the Nicole Barrett Show with Kinky Friedman. We'll be right back.
We interrupt programming at the request of the National Weather Service to activate the North Texas Emergency Alert System. The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Grayson County and for northern Collin County until 8:30. A severe thunderstorm was located just northeast of McKinney near the town of Anna or Melissa, moving to the northeast at 20 miles per hour. The storm may contain 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Once again, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Grayson County and northern Collin County until 8:30. A severe thunderstorm 7 miles northeast of McKinney, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour, with wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. All North Texas stations affected by this alert are requested to relay the preceding message.
Most people never take the time to sit down with a professional to discuss estate planning and drawing up a will or trust. Don't be most people. Contact attorney James C. Harvey. James C. Harvey is a proud graduate of SMU Law School and has over 40 years of legal experience. Attorney James C. Harvey works quickly and effectively. Call James C. Harvey, attorney, at 214-213-0811. That's 214-213-0811, and put your mind at ease.
Life changes. Maybe you're getting married and need a new place, or maybe the kids are grown and you're ready to downsize. No matter what your real estate needs are, call Linda Barrett Neal, Realtor. A Dallas native, Linda specializes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and surrounding suburbs. So no matter where you want to live, she'll work to get you there. From first-time home buyers to baby boomers, buy, sell, or lease. Whatever your real estate needs are, Linda is there to make them possible. Call Linda Barrett Neal, 214-527-7144. 214-527-7144.
Do you have a child gifted in fine arts and looking for an alternative to public school? The DFW Performing Arts Conservatory is your solution. At DFW PAC, students grade 3rd through 12th receive a nationally accredited academic education and trained in acting, dance, vocal, and instrumental music during a regular school day. DFW PAC is just like fame. Visit DFWPAC.com. That's DFWPAC.com. Auditions are ongoing. Join the PAC. DFWPAC.com.
Prairie View A&M University is a legacy that was founded in 1876. This legend is living up to its place in the Texas Constitution by delivering nurses, engineers, teachers, and health and business professionals who are prepared to lead. The Prairie View A&M Foundation is raising money to build future excellence in endowed scholarships, teaching, and research. Come on, Texas, help PV grow greatness through giving. Go online and give at helppvbuild.org.
The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are the first two novels in the Legacy series by David Francis Cook. Set in modern-day England, the first book, The Rise to Power, follows James Bannerman, who becomes the 10th Earl of Pembroke. His life is forever changed by the discovery of a special throne with ties to prehistoric Atlantis. The Rise to Power tackles the age-old question of, why are we here? And the second book answers the very purpose of our being here on Earth and how we should reach the goals we all desire. The author weaves a great family tapestry of love affairs, temptation, and greed through this underlying journey of higher vision and spiritual evolvement. These two books hold the key and the gateway for the last and third book in this riveting trilogy for the very survival of who and what we are. The Rise to Power and Temptation to Greed are fascinating tales of love affairs, temptation, and greed on what becomes a spiritual journey. Buy your copy today at davidfcook.com. davidfcook.com. Again, davidfcook.com.
This is Patty Duke, and you're listening to Nicole Barrett.
Let's get back to the final segment of the Nicole Barrett Show. And yes, she has been known to consult local politicians, but she's all yours tonight. Your host, Nicole Barrett.
Looking back a long time ago, for the people that I used to know, lost a friend in a war that wouldn't end, and Bob was singing, blowing in the wind.
Okay, that is a little bit of Kinky Friedman singing live A Dog Named Freedom, and it is such a beautiful song, such a beautiful song. Kinky, you wrote that, right?
That's right.
And what inspired you to write that song? Because it's beautiful, it's patriotic, pays homage to some other great types, Bob Dylan. So what inspired you to write that song?
I think years ago, my friend Bob McLean and I wrote it together here at the ranch, and very recently, actually, just before I left for Europe. And Bob is a Vietnam vet, and he adopted a three-legged dog from us, from Utopia Rescue Ranch.
Mm.
And by the way, anyone who's interested in adopting a dog, please check us out, utopiarescue.com.
Oh, absolutely. We will definitely shout that out.
And anyway, so Bob adopted this three-legged dog, and I was dreaming about we needed a chorus for this song, and came up with now it's me and a three-legged dog named Freedom, and a sign that says Texas or bust.
Yeah. It's a lot better live, people.
We got a long way to go, but this is live. But brother, don't you know, there ain't no quit in either one of us, basically. But yeah, it's kind of a patriotic thing. But my vote is for Jesus in Pajamas, sung by Willie Nelson. We'll see if that happens.
Okay. Well, I mean, this song, I think Jesus in Pajamas, of course, is great. It has sentimental value. But Dog Named Freedom, we're talking, that's a song that can go all the way. Alan Jackson's going to want that song. I mean, that's a
good idea. That's a very good idea.
Great vision,
yeah.
Yes. Great vision for it. Okay, now, tell us what we are going to see in Kinky Friedman coming up. I know some things are going to be happening. Tell our listeners what you want them to know. What can we look for?
Well, I'm kind of pulling into my shell a little. I'm working on 2 book projects. One of them is I decided that I realized that what the world really needs is another Bob Dylan book. So my old friend Louis Kemp was Bob's childhood toboggan companion in the North Country and up in Minnesota. And so he and I are doing this book together, and Random House has bought the rights to it. So it's gonna. He knows Bob and knew Bob as a child better than anybody in the world.
Oh, and for our listeners who don't know, Kinky Friedman went on tour with Bob Dylan back in the late '70s. So you're no stranger to Bob Dylan either.
Right, on the Rolling Thunder Review.
There you go.
And so that's one thing I'm working on, and then we will soon be publishing a new mystery novel that's finished called The Return of Kinky Friedman by Kinky Friedman.
Your fans are loving your mystery books. They're constantly asking on social media, when will the new mystery book come out? I mean, I don't know what to tell them. So you've got another one coming out soon.
Soon, we're working on that one, and then there's also a TV version of one of the mystery novels, Roadkill, the one about Willie, that is being done. We're just at I'm waiting for we have the contracts, actually, waiting for the money. Yeah, that's all.
There you go. And of course,
to be waiting for the money, I'd rather be doing something more spiritual, but
there you go. And of course, Nicole Barrett will be up for a leading role, okay, when it goes into production. So we'll work out all of those minor details later. So, yeah, you've got a lot going on. Now, Kinky, come on. You got to MC Willie's 4th of July picnic again because I want to be there as your roadie. I'm the best roadie ever, okay, ever. And he knows that. And it was a blast last year. So, come on. You got to say yes. You know
I don't know. It's a lot. Well, I've already told them I'm doing it. I mean, they already asked me, and I said, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
It's a lot of responsibility. You know,
yes,
it's just a very big, important job.
Yes,
and
it is.
Of course, you're melting like a icicle, you know, by the time you get.
Because it is hot out there, Will. It's down there at the Circus of America. It's down there at a big racetrack, an open racetrack, no cover. It's hot. So, yes, it's so, okay. Well, first of all, Kinky, thank you for taking time out of your non-busy schedule to sit and talk with me for a while. You've just been a great guest as always. And so,
well, thanks, Nicole, and please remind the folks seriously, if you're driving, folks, don't forget your car.
You're so silly. You got to do this because it has been approved by Nicole Barrett. Kinky, go ahead and tell your Bernie Sanders joke.
No, it's getting old. It went well in
But my
Europe.
listeners haven't heard it, so go ahead.
Well, I'd say I want to see Bernie win because I want to see a G in the White House. And plus, it will be very significant. It will have historical significance if Bernie wins because it'll be the first time in history that a Jewish family ever moved into a place a black family moved out of.
That's a good one.
And listeners, just so you know, that joke was approved by Nicole Barrett. So thank you very much, Richard Kinky. I won't say the rest, Friedman.
All right.
You've been a great guest, and we look forward to hearing a lot more from you. Utopia Animal Rescue, please, everyone, go to the website, make your donations, adopt a dog. Okay, they do a lot of
UtopiaRescue.com.
Yes,
That's
UtopiaRescue.com. They do a lot of amazing work, and also visit Kinky's website, KinkyFriedman.com. Get your copy of The Loneliest Man I Ever Met. It is truly one of the greatest new CDs out there. You can find Kinky on Facebook, Twitter, and just so you know, Kinky, you're on Instagram now. Hope you don't mind, but you're racking up followers like crazy. You're racking up followers like crazy. So find Kinky anywhere and buy those books and buy his songs. Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
All right. We'll see you down the highway.
Bye,
You got
Kinky.
that right. You take care.
Okay, yeah. All right. Bye.
Oh wow, Will, your last show here, and you go out with a legend. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I'm excited. I did not expect to be talking to Kinky Friedman today. Not that I said much, but
Well, you said enough. You contributed. So, David, what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's got more dimension to some of his songs than I thought. The Wandering Star, and some of his songs are different, to say the least.
Right.
But he's got a good presentation, and I think Kinky's going somewhere.
I think so. I think at 71, he's got a future.
Not that he hasn't been anywhere, because he definitely has done that.
Right. Well,
he's not over. It's interesting to listen to him. He's got lots of new ideas and lots of things he wants to get done, and that's great. Good for him.
Yeah, he's a good friend, good guy. Well, Will, hey man, we are gonna miss you.
in the last couple of minutes of me being here.
I know, Will. Then it's gonna be all over. My life is gonna change forever. No trainee. Okay, so I'm starting over fresh with someone next week.
Hey, I told them to give me one. They didn't do it. So.
You know you can't trust the station to do anything. Okay, here I am, bad mouthing the station. Okay, I can't do that. But no, I'm sure we'll be fine. They'll take
We got some good
care
people
of
up here. I'm sure somebody will be able to pick up real quick.
Absolutely.
You've done a great job, Will. Really, really great to know you, and thank you very much for all your help.
And thank you.
Yeah, I mean, really, Will. I was so green when I started back, and you just got me right back into shape. So
This was one of the first live shows I ever started doing, and the first show I ever talked on. So.
All right. Well, remember that, Will. And then, when we're up there together, when we see each other on the red carpet, don't act like you don't know me.
Oh, I won't.
Okay, please
don't
don't be one of those guys. Don't be that guy.
I'm going to be one of those guys that's freaking out a little too much.
Okay, that's fine. I can handle that. I'll be like, baby, calm down. It's cool. We've been here before. Okay, but thank you, Will. We love you and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, this week's champ, I'm going to have to give it to, of course, all of the men and women who have served this great country of ours and made the ultimate sacrifice. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank the soldiers who continue to serve. And also, there are a lot of heroes right here at home, y'all. So let's not forget the heroes who don't wear a uniform. Let's not forget the mamas and the daddies. Let's not forget the school teachers, the doctors and the nurses, the people who are in our life and who sacrifice their life in many other ways other than fighting on a battlefield. So thank you all for everything that you have done for us. Happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to go ahead and give everybody a pass and not do a chump this week. Because for the sake of Memorial Day, there are a lot of things I could say. But you better believe next week I might do top 10 chumps.
I'm going to be sad. I'm not going to be here.
Oh, man. But hey, Will.
I'll tune I'll tune in.
Thank you. I was going to say, just because you're not here anymore doesn't mean you can't listen.
It's true.
Okay, so tune in, Will. Tune in. And all of you, thank you for joining us. And you tune in next week. It's going to be another great show. Oh, I've got Donna Richardson Joyner. Yes, fitness guru. I mean, she has served on the President's Council for 2 administrations, and she has a lot to talk about. She's got some new projects coming up. So next week, Donna Richardson Joyner is going to sit down with Nicole Barrett. It's going to be a great show. Thanks for tuning in. Good night, Nana.
The preceding program was furnished by WIT Productions and is responsible for its content.
Most people never take the time to sit down with a professional to discuss estate planning and drawing up a will or trust. Don't be most people. Contact attorney James C. Harvey. James C. Harvey is a proud graduate of SMU Law School and has over 40 years of legal experience. Attorney James C. Harvey works quickly and effectively. Call James C. Harvey, attorney, at 214-213-0811. That's 214-213-0811, and put your mind at ease.
Life changes. Maybe you're getting married and need a new place, or maybe the kids are grown and you're ready to downsize. No matter what your real estate needs are, call Linda Barrett Neal, Realtor. A Dallas native, Linda specializes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and surrounding suburbs. So no matter where you want to live, she'll work to get you there. From first-time home buyers to baby boomers, buy, sell, or lease. Whatever your real estate needs are, Linda is there to make them possible. Call Linda Barrett Neal, 214-527-7144. 214-527-7144.
Do you have a child gifted in fine arts and looking for an alternative to public school? The DFW Performing Arts Conservatory is your solution. At DFW PAC, students grade 3rd through 12th receive a nationally accredited academic education and trained in acting, dance, vocal, and instrumental music during a regular school day. DFW PAC is just like fame. Visit DFWPAC.com. That's DFWPAC.com. Auditions are ongoing. Join the PAC. DFWPAC.com.
Prairie View A&M University is a legacy that was founded in 1876. This legend is living up to its place in the Texas Constitution by delivering nurses, engineers, teachers, and health and business professionals who are prepared to lead. The Prairie View A&M Foundation is raising money to build future excellence and endowed scholarships.